everyone, and I say that respectfully. No, the shit on me, goddammit. My content, everybody. That's okay. You know, my content is not for everyone. It's not. Always be yourself when someone says you ain't got potential, when you was never the issue. They needed validation to be authentic because they lost themselves in the space when they couldn't reflect. To go within with their hidden motives, they had to play with spell work to realize, hold on 1 second, that was the only keeping them afloat. They try to discourage an innocent person because you actually had the potential to be authentic. Even days when you couldn't see, they would never understand how God allowed you to see. You know that energy is different when you never had hate in your vein, knew how to respect your neighbor. They would never understand to stay in their lane. How they verse psychology, mind games with all their lives. They try to project hate at the end of the day to dim your light, but God actually allowed you to see. They would never understand confidence is different. Healing trauma and pain was in the mind manipulation games. When you put that footwork in, when you understand time and day, a reflection that, hold on 1 second, I may not make sense to the average person, but I ain't have to dibble and dabble with Spower to be real. Now that's the truth over me. How this type of stuff actually happens. How when you choose yourself to love yourself, it's always gonna be a motherfucker in the background trying to dim your light to shortchange you. You understood your grammar. Unconditional love started within. It brings so much confusion in someone's life that don't know how to love themselves, let alone show up for themselves at the end of the day. They having an identity crisis, can't even look in the mirror, trying to be like somebody they truly not authentic. Hold on 1 second, we ain't the same. How someone would sit there and say you ain't got potential. The disrespect was loud. They pay folks right to left to kick you down. They even energy harvest off your energy destiny's fight with you, but it was an epic failure. It be the trend of thought from when you truly woke. They want you to be asleep. They don't want certain folks to see your light when it comes to authentic see. You fall from a copycat, fall from a hater. We ain't the same. I still knew how to respect my neighbor, but I ain't have to pretend to be somebody I truly wasn't authentic. Now, I have to check on me. A motherfucker would say, hey, neighbor, 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 hey, come look at this. Come look at this. Who the fuck is this? I don't like the fact that they got confidence. They cheering themselves on. Being a biggest cheerleader at the end of the day, I want to do them wrong. That's your verse psychology, mind game. That was the enemy only took at the end of the day. Because you know, you're the innocent person that believed in faith. Hold on 1 second. God was never for someone's keeping it real. They would never understand balance when it comes to gravity, catching your blessing because you understood that receiver that day. Going within. The intuition is different. When someone says you didn't have potential, he was never the issue. Bitch, you sure enough need attention, you weird ass son of a bitch. You know, my content is not for everyone. It's not. And I say that respectfully. No, the train of thought for me. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm far from a hater being authentic. Bothers your mental health, neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. Just stay in your lane, you weak ass bitch. Here's a train of thought for me. They said you act in your corner, you were nobody. Damn. You had to dibble and dabble with spell work. You didn't want someone to truly be woke, only because of the fact that you lacked confidence. When it came to self-esteem issues, didn't matter your tax bracket. It really sent a thought for me how jealousy and envy is real. Someone could have more than you at the end they projected to be out mentally ill. But that inner elevation is different. Even when you get lost in your words, you fall from slow. Everybody has good and bad days. At the end of the day, when you truly woke, it be the train of thought for me. How folks see you coming, and they send you the evil lie. How they gotta gather a hate train, only have validation at the end of the day, we ain't the same. Cause I'm my biggest cheerleader. Choosing myself when it comes to growth and maturing at the end. If I came from poverty and pain, I was trying to come out of a situation you couldn't relate to. Hold on 1 second, growth, the energy is different when you truly woke. When you showing up for yourself to better yourself, you taking a opportunity to understand the rhythm of your heartbeat. You know, if I love me enough, if I take a chance on me and allow me to feel that I am worthy, allow me to feel that I'm worthy of taking a chance on life in the most healthiest way to make myself comfortable to go within right. You know, when God brings you balance, acknowledge your worth, it's going to be folks in different tax brackets shortchange your growth. But never get discouraged because they toxic behavior. You knew how to respect your neighbor, but didn't need validation to be authentic. When they truly paying attention, when it comes to their hate train. Now, if it check on me, I don't know what's wrong with people. No, for real, for real. I can't stand this bitch. Why don't you just stop being yourself at the end of the day? I ain't gonna put respect on your name. That's how they felt that day. Because it was you. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. Insecurity didn't lie within your vein, regardless it came from poverty and pain. You know that intuition has different when it comes to maturing. They would never understand that hold on 1 second, God will surely uplift you another day. You know, and existing, your reality was faithful at the end of the day. You was faithful to yourself to love yourself. I may not make sense to the average person, but always be yourself. You ain't gotta be somebody you truly not. Cause trying to keep up with somebody at the end of the day is gonna have you going in circles. Trying to figure out, hold on 1 second, if you coming or going. When you was already lost in the space you couldn't see. Relating to go within, understand unconditional love. Or because someone found balance in their life that they knew how to treat themselves right. Because God was guiding them not to mislead them. We ain't have to worship the devil, let alone his soul. We ain't for sale. I'm far from a hater. Not agent of respect. My content, everybody. That's okay. It's okay. Always be yourself with almost intentions. And I say that respectfully. I love to talk about love. You know, gang stalking is real till it's your household and you're not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing or fame. And I say that respectfully. How folks will have you shadow banned, they can have more money than you. And jealousy and envy just takes play because someone lacks self-control when it comes to discipline. You never signed up for their one-sided contract. Going within. They saw you being your authentic self, something they can't relate to. But you still know how to respect your neighbors, something they can't get used to. Never get discouraged or let someone project fear. I'm far from a hater. They will never understand God's plan. Love is rare, love is one of a kind, with the right one truly for you. Those shoes, comfortableness, peace. Someone showing you at the end of the day purpose. While you came out your comfort zone, someone was misleading you, bringing you balance. Who would have knew someone could truly be loyal to you? You know, that energy is different. When someone fixes your crown, having insecurity moments, good, bad days, misunderstanding days. Hold on 1 second. Someone didn't look at you differently. They didn't have to look out on the outside world and look at third-party conversations because they wasn't trying to make you mentally unstable. Someone didn't have one foot in one door and the other door at the end of the day. They knew how to value your time and day, not to disrespect you. It wasn't controlling issues when someone truly said they love you. You know, because you're not so used to someone truly meaning what they say. Actions speak louder than words. Who would have knew that someone could truly heal your heart in the most healthiest way? You know, because true love is not complicated. And I say this respectfully. I don't mean no disrespect to my elders. And I say this respectfully because when someone truly walks into your life, yeah, you have good and bad days, misunderstanding days. But hold on 1 second. When someone doesn't have to switch up on you, it just got better when it came to, hold on 1 second, growth, a chapter, hold on 1 second, a testimony. Someone truly showing you why your past fumbled you, couldn't respect you or love you properly the first time around, how true love was actually comfortable. You know, when it comes to your future. Someone praying for you, not against you, it wasn't lust, it was real love. Someone truly keeping it real with you, love. That energy is different. I may sound like a broken record at the end of the day, but imagine the love of your life actually making sense when they walked into your life. Only was, hold on 1 second, they were truly paying attention. You know, the energy is different. How someone could truly bring you peace Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moments. Wow. Imagine saying I do to the right person because not everybody's supposed to be in a marriage. I don't mean no disrespect. But when you actually can hold that type of weight, I don't mean narcotics, but hold that weight of holding someone else's feelings and putting that emotion in your hands and praying not against them, but asking God for guidance when it comes to guidance. Asking God for better days ahead with the right person by your side when God got a better plan. Showing you that two people was united for all the right reasons. Someone treating you right. Who would have knew that baby carriage would have made sense? Not everybody's meant to have a kid. But when the love of your life walks into your life, they didn't have to pretend. You know, because true love wasn't complicated. Who would have knew that true love would allow you to feel while you truly keeping it real when you looked in the mirror that day, when you said, I love me. You know, because you understood boundaries. You understood growth when maturing at the end of the day, regardless of came from poverty and pain, found peace. But then, all you wanted someone to do was bring you peace, showing you that you was worthy. Hold on 1 second. Only for you to realize the love of your life, they never overlook you. You gained the love of a best friend, a business partner. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same. How someone was cheering you on up close and personal behind closed doors. The ain't just different. It wasn't a mistake. That ain't just different. How someone sees you, hears you, respects you. How true love wasn't complicated. Something that you always pray for. It's for someone to actually make sense that day when it comes to common sense being on the same page. You may not make sense to the average person, but someone didn't have to switch up when it came to hold on 1 second. They was acting the same way up close in person behind closed doors, loving you properly the first time around, to maintain your smile and fix your crown. That ain't just different when true love showed you that true love wasn't complicated, but the right one truly to love you. I'm not even gonna respect that my content is not for everybody. I may be whack and corny to you, but never give up on yourself when I say that respectfully. Being authentic. And loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. Never allow someone to project their insecurities on you because they have jealousy and envy and hate within themselves, or they have an identity crisis, or they have an emotionally unstable conscience as to they don't know how to show up for themselves. And they don't like the fact that you overcome obstacles after they throw spork at you, or they don't like the fact that you're willing to choose yourself, and they try to discourage you, but God never dimmed your light. Always be yourself, no attention. I'm not to respect. Continue to treat yourself right. I'm far from a hater, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with intentions. Regardless of what subject it is, when God sends directly into your life, respect a two-way street. They're not sending you the evil lie. They don't have malicious intentions towards you. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding, and I say that respectfully. They act their body weight, not their shoe size. They didn't have to blackmail you with whole lies. The respect was reciprocated two-way street. Who would have knew that folks would truly respect you even when you couldn't see? You know, the energy is different. They ain't had to play with spell work, create a hate train towards you. They wanted you to elevate to become your best self vision of yourself. The energy is different when it comes to maturing, acting your body weight at your shoe size. How God didn't tell a lie when it came to this chapter, so that you wasn't running from was your past. Regardless of try to blackmail you right to left. Only the rest of hold on 1 second. Unconditional love can truly last. You know, because healing trauma and pain is not a race overnight process, and I say that respectfully. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. It's not. Always be yourself with no misintentions. And I say that respectfully. I'm far from a catfish, and I say that respectfully. I was part of a hate crime. And one thing I don't do is live in fear, and I would never hurt myself regardless who has me shadow ban, who's trying to blackmail me against me. These individuals hack my devices, and they're gang stalking me, and one thing I don't have to do is lie. Always be yourself and never allow someone to project fear in you. A person will be so jealous and envious of you at the end of the day. They see that you truly do have potential. They will sit there and take notes, observe your life, even having a next door neighbor different tax bracket, watching your every move when it comes to gang stalking, and try to get you locked up or put you in a sideboard or blackmail you against you. How this type of stuff actually happens. I do not live in fear, and I would never hurt myself. You know, gang stalking is really real until it's your household. You're not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. It's disgusting to see how individuals will have the mindset of having jealousy and hate and envy towards an innocent person that didn't do nothing to them. How they will poison their food, hack their devices, gang stalk them, not just their food, their drinks, and more. All because someone lacks self-control when it comes to discipline. No mother or father, especially a mother and father that actually loves their child and shows up for their child regardless of what's going on in the background. Because it's individuals that are real parents that actually show up every single day for their child. And it should be no reason why someone is sending their child the evil lie because of jealousy and envy and hate, because a gift was given to that parent or a gift was given to that family or that household. Because someone lacks self-control when it comes to discipline. It doesn't matter if someone had a one-family household or two-family household or not. People pick and choose who they want to bully. It's a shame to throw for me. And when you speak up for yourself, they say that you're mentally unstable. But never allow you to stop speaking your piece. I would never hurt myself. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, and I do not live in fear. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I'm far from a catfish. I'm still healing from 7/31/2025. And I say that respectfully. How they will have you shadow banned because they tried to rob you mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. And they said at home like that you're mentally unstable. But for someone to go a mile in a stone or whatever the case may be to send spell work towards you or gang stalk you or hack your devices. Who the one that's mentally unstable, you jackass? Infiltrate on me. What the fuck wrong with these people? I don't know. Always be your authentic self. It's not a crime to be authentic, and I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself regardless who has me shadow banned, regardless who's hacking my device and gang stalking me at the end of the day. I do not live in fear. Always be yourself with intentions. Never allow a man or a woman to threaten your life that nobody's going to ever believe you. And I say that respectfully, regardless of what their job description is. And especially when you never have malicious intentions towards them. And I say that respectfully. I'm nice and respecting and far from a hater. Have a safe year, day, evening, week, weekend. You matter, you're worthy. They said you whack in your corner, you ain't nobody. They said you whack in your corner, you ain't nobody. But hold on 1 second, I was truly irrelevant. I was irrelevant to my God. Hold on 1 second. We wasn't praying the same. You know, to the same God. I ain't have to lie. Hold on 1 second, God. You gave me the validation that I needed to be authentic. I ain't need a crowd at the end of the day to show up for myself. I was far from pretending. Far from a catfish, far from a copycat, being authentic, that blueprint that you throw within me. You allowed me to heal, to realize the hold on 1 second, who was my enemy. You know, the devil was trying to shortchange me, something they can't relate to, was going with them when it comes to unconditional love, because never had a soul when it comes to a heart. But you never allowed me to stop the grow. Regardless who was trying to shortchange me when it comes to my flow. The energy is different. Healing trauma and pain. It ain't a race, overnight process. They would never understand God's plan. I ain't never had hate in my vein. I knew how to respect my neighbor. I know how to give folks credit when it's due. You know, respect. Flowers when it's due. I'm far from a hater. How folks gotta gather up a hate train that need validation to end there to be authentic. It's a train coming with this high school bullshit. How jealousy and envy is real. Damn. But you quick to say the innocent person's mentally ill. But you watching them with them watching them at the end of the day. Only to realize the hold on 1 second. You forgot to put respect on their name. Because you hiding behind yourself at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully. Because you forgot to love yourself with all your lies when it comes to your pain. And I just hope that you find peace within. Or that negative energy return back to sender, and I say that respectfully. You lack self-control when it comes to confidence. But it ain't got nothing to do with me. Because I was only in my own lane. Always be yourself, no attention, and I say that respectfully. I'm nice and respect. And my content is not for everyone. It's not. Today is currently August 22nd, 2025. Always be yourself with no intentions. Have a good day. No, it's a change on me, goddammit. Always be yourself with no molestation. Don't damn your light, never damn your light. Loving yourself is not a crime. And overcoming a hate crime or any type of crime when it comes to violence, regardless if you know somebody or not. I truly hope that you get the justice that you deserve. And I truly hope at the end of the day that you find peace within to love yourself another day, to understand that you are worthy, you are handsome, and you are beautiful. And never allow someone to make you feel like you're not worthy of choosing you because they lack self-control when it comes to discipline. And they pick and choose within the day to paint you out to be the villain of their story. Or because of the fact that you showed up for you. We may not pray the same, but I never had hate in my vein. Always be yourself and always intentions. I'm nice and respect. Have a good day. Peace and respect, sir. Respect your neighbor. Stop the bunch. You might rather don't damn your life. Gotta go neighbor, don't damn your life. Thank you for your time. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. And I always have since day one. I get my creativity from my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father God. I may be corny and whack to you at the end of the day, but my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.